Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bells every time I drop a video. You will be the first to know about it. So Savannah James, she's doing a podcast. I'm not sure how I feel about that because I personally think she was doing very well, doing right, by staying, in the background, being the happy wife, don't get into no kind of drama, nothing, nothing negative about her coming out. Because I feel like the more people talk, the more they're gonna they could tell on themselves or something could come out. And people are always trying to find something negative about you. So the only way they can really find out about it is truly from you. I mean, they can ask your friends, family, this and the third, but nobody knows you better than you. So if you're talking, you may get too comfortable, things come out. But hey, that's neither here nor there. I hope that our podcast does well and more power to her. But how we said, let's not dismiss the fact that she wouldn't have a successful podcast if it wasn't for who she was married to, right? I mean, just bottom line. You can say it how you want to, you can take it how you want to, it is what it is. But the other day, it says that she told stories about when she was in high school and that she had to fight other girls because one of the reasons why is because she was dating LeBron James. And when I read that, I said, that makes sense. I do believe it because as much as women nowadays try to say they don't want to compete with a man, they want a high value man. Women want to say that they're the prize, no matter what the man is doing, no matter how valuable he is, no matter how, that Savannah James is the prize. Okay. If that was the case, then why in the heck would females be fighting each other over dude? It happens all too often, especially in junior high, in high school and things like that. I remember seeing girls fight since junior high, hell, over a guy. I remember these two SA chicks was scrapping it out there on the blacktop, like maybe the last day of school, whatever. And they were friends throughout the yearbook because one girl was liking another girl's friend and they started dating or something like that. And I don't know, some silly crap. I've seen that. High school, I could even tell my own story. I might have already told this story that I remember two females was like going to fight, based upon me. Girls try to say, nah, they're not fighting over a dude. But the thing about it is one girl didn't like the other one. And I was the catalyst. And I remember one of them said that the principal pulled him to a side and said, and I'm not trying to sit here and brag about looks and nothing like that. We're talking high school, childish stuff. So let's get past that. But I remember one of them said that the principal, when she pulled them to the side and talked to both of them in the office, they said, y'all two got to be silly. I said, y'all about to fight over a dude. And he's out there probably just laughing at y'all and entertained by this. While y'all risking, one of them's about to graduate, the other one's a junior, whatever the case may be. Y'all about to risk y'all futures and y'all education over what? Don't make, saying you don't do that, but that's wisdom talking to the youth. I'm not sure how much of that is going on now, but that's how it was back then. Period. And also, I can remember my own daughter, and this is crazy. It was her and this guy liked her. Now, me being the father that I am, was like, hey, you're not dating anyone at this point in your life. I think it was high school, I believe. But they knew that she liked this guy. And the guy liked her. They were cool friends. Matter of fact, I mean, she met his family, went and ate over their house before, and and his mom or grandmother, really liked her. Thought she was down to earth, cool girl. Okay, that's fine. But at this age, and high school, that's not that shouldn't be important right now. Anywho, so I just remember my daughter had a birthday sleepover for whatever reason. And long story short, her friends got into an argument with her and got mad and act like they wanted to squab because she wouldn't date the dude. And they was like, you crazy. This and the third. If he don't say he want to meet, blah, 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 I would this and the third. And they was like, well, I don't know how the conversation went, but that was the gist of the whole of the reason that they wanted to get mad at her, because of a guy that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? She wanted, but you know what I'm saying? She had rules she had to follow at that time. But so the point is, like, you got these old women who act like they don't want to compete. You got people like the late great Kevin Samuels and other guys who would say, these women need to compete for these guys, especially if you want like a high value man. And they act like they don't have to. They act like they shouldn't, because like I say, women are the prize. But yet, I don't know. Now I've seen some dudes want to fight over girls, but a lot of times they be like ex-convicts. Some boys who ain't doing nothing in their life and trying to fight. I want to get mad at a dude who's doing something in his life, and this, that, and the third, and they ain't got nothing. They a man and ain't about to amount to nothing, or they're a boy and trying to be a man and ain't about to amount to nothing. And they want to get upset. I seen those, those weak guys been like that, but grown man ain't gonna do it. Grown man be like, shoot, you can have them, whatever. I'm not finna fight this, that, and the third, because we know that if it belongs to us, we shouldn't have to fight over nothing. If she wants to go with you, you can have her. Man, I'm not finna fight over. We're not finna get into it. Bye. Ain't no need for all that, because I can just move on, do what I gotta do, and y'all can have this happy life. It's simple as that. But anyway, let's get into the story, because there are a few things that we want to break down, want to get into, and want to discuss and explain. And feel free to please comment in the comment section. This is from MSN.com by way of, it says basketballnetwork.net, and it reads, Savannah James reveals she got into a lot of girl fights in high school after she started dating LeBron. Quote unquote, I had to defend myself. Now, why would you have to do that as girls? LeBron James' wife, Savannah, had managed to keep herself out of the limelight. Good work. Her husband is the biggest star in basketball and one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet. But since day one, she has silently supported him in the background. Good for her. However, she has begun sharing some details of her life in a new podcast entitled Everybody's Crazy, which she co-hosts with April Daniels. During one of the recent episodes, Mrs. James made a surprising admission. Not surprising to me, and not surprising to a lot of us growing up in the hood. I don't know about other communities, but I know we've seen it, and we know people who've gone through it, if we ain't went through it ourselves. While the two were talking about high school life, Daniels asked Savannah what she was doing in high school, and her reply was girl fighting. She went on, however, to clarify that she did not enjoy getting into fights, but didn't have a choice. And another reason I think she probably said that was just to kind of jug at the girls who wanted LeBron, who wanted to fight at LeBron, but they didn't get him, and then thought that they wouldn't still be together, because I'm quite sure some of them said that too. And she like, got into some girl fight with some girls who were mad because I was dating LeBron, but look at me now. We married, got what, three or four kids. And we've been married we've been together since high school, and I ain't going nowhere, he ain't going nowhere. Period. She said, quote, but I had to defend myself, said Savannah. I had a lot of that. I had girls who didn't like me and couldn't tell nobody why they didn't like me. Like my whole group of friends, it was like tough. It was a lot. They're not going to tell you because they are hating. Let's just say it. They hated on you because you were dating. Because let's see. Hold on. Let's get into it so we can break it down, like timeline and everything. Savannah was a cheerleader and softball player for G.R.O.W.T.H Community Learning Center in Akron, Ohio. So she's a cheerleader. So she already is fit. She's probably popular. She looks like, you know what I'm saying? She's nice looking. And you in high school, one of the pretty girls, what they call one of the beautiful people of Akron, probably. And she's an athlete. So she already has that going for her. She was only 16 when she first met LeBron, who was a year older. James invited her to one of his basketball games, and they had their first date at Outback Steakhouse a few weeks later. Okay, Outback Steakhouse. Remember, LeBron had no money. Mama had no money. If y'all recall, LeBron was like number one player since he was like 3 years old. But at least for sure, in junior high and high school, especially in high school, this dude was like number one player out there, like know that he can come straight out of high school. And we're talking about when he was like a freshman and sophomore in high school, right? So he was getting offers from, shoe companies. Quite sure people say, because remember, right before he got out of high school, I think his mom had an H2. Now your mom, like I say, ain't got no money, probably making $20-something thousand a year. And she's driving around in the H2, decked out, trimmed out, everything. And everybody said, oh, something wrong. Let's look into it. But she bought it on credit, right? It wasn't cash. It wasn't straight cash. It was making payments. Okay. But we're talking about your son is about to when he got out of high school, he's going straight to the pros. Remember, now you got to remember this. So by the time this came around, they probably went to Outback, and I'm quite sure LeBron or whoever, he didn't have to pay a dime for this. So LeBron, yes, was already the man in Akron, without a doubt. It said the two hit it off right away after their first date, and the rest, they say, is history. Interestingly, LeBron went to St. Vincent St. Mary's, which was a rival school of Savannah's. So while she did not say that was the case, perhaps the girls at her school didn't like the fact she was dating a star from a rival school. Bull crap. I know girls who dated dudes that were in rival gangs or went to different schools. There wasn't no problem with that. It was simply because she was dating LeBron and they were probably hating on her like Savannah. She probably thinks she everything. Thinks she all that. You know what I'm saying? Cheerleader, softball team looking nice and everything. And the boys want her. And she got the basketball player, the guy that's about to go make millions of dollars the moment he crossed that high school stage. But Miss James said most of the fights she was involved in weren't hers. I do feel like a lot of fights that I had, it was me being just an ally. My friends have been at it. I don't feel like I really fought a fight that was my fight because I was nice. I feel like I got along with the majority, everybody. And that's the thing. They probably thought you was like weakling, like you was weak, soft. So they thought they can probably test you. You know what I'm saying? Weren't the other girls jealous? While Savannah didn't mention it, her podcast co-host Daniels suggested that jealousy was the reason the other girls didn't like her. After all, she was in a relationship with the best high school basketball prospect ever. So even Miss Daniels know, like a lot of you know, that a lot of times jealousy causes people to fight. Quote, I wouldn't hate you. I said, I would hate you too if your boyfriend was LeBron James, Daniel said, but not really. I really wouldn't hate you. But I feel like, yes, they're like, why couldn't it be me? That's why they were mad at you. No young woman should be fighting. At that point, Savannah replied, that is not okay. The mother of Bronny, Bryce, and Zuri then went on to say she's done fighting, but in case a similar situation arises, she just called security. Now, having bodyguards and all should make the other girls, or now ladies, even more envious of her. Well, it pays to be the king's wife. Not his girlfriend, not his baby mama, but his wife. But then let's think about this. Let's go back to Akron, Ohio, right? So I call myself pulling up some stats about Akron, Ohio. Now, you got to think about it. Again, LeBron James in Akron, Ohio. If it's like any other town in America, the black population, the majority of the black population is going to be close to, in, or below poverty. The majority of the population, especially these little small towns, right? So you got a guy who's about to blow up, who got the potential to become like I say, the most popular, the richest, most famous athlete in the world. And you got a chance to have your arms, hooked up to his, as his girlfriend, as his wife, or whatever. So you have to understand that, yes, there would probably be a level of jealousy, a level of hatred, because I'm quite sure a lot of girls shot their shot. You know what I'm saying? LeBron was probably knocking them down left and right since he was, since junior high and all over. Then he ended up with Savannah or whatever in the case. But then, they probably didn't. No, let me take that back. He probably didn't. Because truth be told, if LeBron was my height and had them same looks, I mean, I'm not sure that, I don't know. I'm not sure that he would, get a whole lot of attention from females at that age. Cause you remember kids features are a lot different than when you grow up. They, you look weird when you're a kid. You think you look cute, you think you look handsome, but when you become an adult and you look back at your childhood pictures, you're like, God almighty, and I'm looking like a weird. Oh, but they all weirdos. So we all weirdos at times. So it is what it is. But anyway, like I say, so he probably wasn't. So once he blows up and started to become the man that he became, now you got all these girls probably, coming at him, throwing himself at him. He just laugh and giggle, keep walking, because I'm sure he probably got some mentors say, hey, got to watch that because these girls are going to try to trap you. Because I think it was a time that he didn't live with his mom. I think he had somebody like a surrogate, some kind of dude, some kind of family that he was staying with. So I'm quite sure they probably, telling him the game about these stalkers and these people out here that, that's going to try to, get at you. Going to try to get at them, right? So, he got to be, so he's probably pretty smart at that, but then he saw that Savannah and he probably, was the one to approach her. Saw what kind of person she was and, wasn't somebody that went to his school, so he really had to worry about her. This, that, and the third, and, they became a couple. But, like I said, when you're in a community where there's not a lot of options, not a lot of opportunities, everybody wants to get on that bandwagon. So it will make even more sense, especially in high school, because people getting ready to graduate. They don't know what they're going to do in their life. They don't, and, a lot of times, small town people, the kids are like, man, I got to get up out of Akron. I got to get up out of Foreman. I got to get up out of Idabel. I got to get up out of, Yard, Tennessee Cotton. I got to do something other than this because ain't nothing here. And lo and behold, here comes LeBron James. Now like I say, let's look at some of these stats because I just want to put this in perspective as to a good reason, trying to make some sense of it. Because really, bottom line, a lot of times females just fight over a dude just because they can. They like a dude, don't know why, and some dude showing them attention. So they're like, man, look at her, I gotta have him, right? And it kind of backfires sometimes. So I'm on this, what is it, city-data.com, and it's about the poverty in Akron, Ohio, the poverty rates. And so I'm just scrolling through. It says, now this is like 2022 stats. So it's, this is not like 20 years ago. But like right now, it said resident with income below the poverty level in 2022. It said in Akron it's 24.4% compared to the whole state, which is 13.8. See, so follow me. It said residents with income below 50% of the poverty level was 12.2% in Akron compared to 6.5% for the whole state, respectively. And it talks about renting rate in this city among poor and not poor residents. It said residents below the poverty level, 78.8% of poor people rent. And which means most of them stay in apartments, probably like project-like apartments. Residents above poverty level, 37.9%. Interesting. So it says breakdown by age of poor males. So the men that are poor in Akron, let's say from 18 to 24, because, you got out of school about 17, 18 years old. So the first few years after that, you're trying to make something of yourself. And it's like 29.7% of the males at that age are below poverty. No, are poor. Let's just say they're poor. And at the age, then it goes down to 12.3% from the ages of 25 to 34. So it gets a little better. And then it starts going back up after that. So like for some reason it goes down by a good 17%. And then it starts shooting up 4%, another 2%, and another 8%. And the most looks like at 55 to 64, it's probably like retirement age. People, losing their jobs, quitting their job, trying to find something to do, and ain't got no money. And the only way to qualify for government assistance, medical assistance, is to have nothing. And then you can get your Medicaid, Medicare, Part B, C, D, and all that kind of stuff, right? Jacked up. But that's a whole nother story. That's another video. It's a breakdown by age of poor female residents. Now it say from 18 years old to 24 year olds. Females, there are 46.3% of the females are poor. 46.3. Compared to how many with the men? 29.7. So statistics could show that there may be equal amount of men and women in Akron, but more men have money. Less women have money. So when you have, let's say 46% of those females are trying to find men who got the money, and they say what, 20 something percent is in poverty. So that means 70 something percent is not. You're talking about, let's say 100% of women who would love to be associated with about 70% of the men. It's not equal. So every now and then you might have a female that just might have to, share with her, try to share with another female who ain't got nothing. We're talking monetarily things, not just out there, trying to keep it based on money, right? They say, oh, this is for very poor. The age breakdown by age of very poor residents. We're talking very poor, like percentage of poverty level. This is like below, mercy. Anyway, it says ages 18 to 24 is 17.3%. And let's keep poverty by race and place of birth in Akron. Whites is 19% or below poverty level, but there are 18,563 whites that's below the poverty line, and 19% of them, I guess, is below the poverty. 19%. Whites make up 19% of the poor people, and they are 18,000. Blacks make up 31% of the below poor people, but they only make up a little over 17,000. So you got less blacks, but more of them are below the poverty line. You understand where I'm getting at is people want to date, people want to mate, people want to procreate, whatever, with other people. Water seeks its own level. They'll pretty much, you can see stories where they'll pretty much date and make babies with anybody, even the rich of the rich and the thuggest of the thugs and the poorest of the poor. You got a dude, he might got 8 baby mamas, 10 baby mamas, living in the same projects. Crazy as hell, what I'm saying? Can't understand it for the life of it, but so you say women be like, hey, oh, she got something, I want to get something. And somebody say, oh, she got something, I want to get something. Folk don't even understand the logic of that, but that's just how a lot of them think in that situation. And they probably got mama say, hey, that boy there, sure, he look good. I wouldn't, I wouldn't mind, hell, if I was younger, blah, blah, blah. And, they put that crap in their head and it just, the cycle just continues. But like I say, you only got 17,000, Black Americans in Akron, and they make up 31%. They make up 31% of 31% of them are in poverty. Well, the 17,000 Black people are in poverty. That's not all of blacks in Akron. So the 17,000 is 31% of all the blacks in Akron. But my point is that based on the number of Black Americans in Akron, 31% of, that 31% of them are in poverty. So like I said, it's a smaller pool. It's a smaller pool than whites at 19%. Now Asians are 32%, but it's only like 2,900 of those that are in poverty. Native Hawaiians, but there was only like 20 people there, so that's not really, a lot of people. And then other races, this and the third. So that's my point. I'm trying to say, it's a poverty rate amongst high school graduates is 16.7%, and poverty rate among those who didn't graduate is 40.2%. It says couples, married couples, 22%, 22.2%, man, no wife. Look at this. Male, no wife is 11.6%, but female, no husband present, 66.1% are make up poor, or those families are poor. So if you think that it could be a possibility that you have nobody, that's why they say, hey, get married, y'all. I mean, people that like they don't want to get married and got there and live, you know, the hot girl summer and do this, that, and third, do what men do. The problem is your reality, your outcome is not going to be the same, statistically wise. So you see all these women be on internet, on social media, talking about, I make 6 figures, I do this, I do that, blah, blah, blah. I got all these degrees. It's cap. It's really cap, because people that got money ain't really going to get out there and just put it out there like that, because they're too busy trying to make money. Especially when you're young, too busy trying to make money. Now, if you like 50, 60, 70, and you want to do that, that's different. Your money is made, you stack, you know, bread is stacked, you collecting interest on your account, your investment accounts. You're doing good. But young folk ain't got time to sit there and talk about, you know, how much money they're making, because they too busy making money. And then if they really making money, they understand that they ain't making no money, and so they're trying to make more money. You get what I'm saying? It says breakdown of poor residents in Akron, not in families by work experience. Work full-time year-round, 5.8%. Work part-time, 35.6%. And did not work, 58.9%. So you got a lot of people that don't work. Breakdown of poor married couples by work experience. Both work full-time, 1.5%. Again, that's why people heart get married, the way y'all can build together, because it's hard to do it out there when you're single. I don't care what you say, what you think. Don't listen to them people. Don't make life harder than it has to be. Get out there. Like I say, find you somebody that's suitable, like-minded, trying to be a positive member of society, pay your taxes, stay out of crime, and build together. You ain't got to get married thinking y'all gonna become millionaires. But your problem is thinking, well, I'm not gonna get married because I'm gonna find that perfect guy. No, there's not enough of them out there. There's not enough of them out there, period. Just go online while you're sitting here looking at these little retarded videos and look up some stats. And it'll tell you everything. You can be mad at Kevin Samuels or anybody else who tell you this, but look it up and disprove what they're saying. One full-time, other didn't work, 2.1%. Still married. Both work part-time, 18.8%. One part-time, other didn't work. See, 31 points. See how they went up? And both didn't work, 36.2. How the hell people don't work and not poor? Anyway, that's all I'm gonna do about this story. Let's get back to it again. Savannah James telling y'all, like we already knew, that y'all can act like y'all are the prize. There's no such thing as a man who's the prize. You should get upset if a man call himself the prize. But hey, y'all are fighting over guys because some girl got the dude that you wanted and the dude that didn't even, you know what I'm saying, wasn't even concerned with you. Or, you know, probably said knocked you down and threw you out. Who knows? But we're gonna keep it 100. And the more things can reveal itself, hopefully the more it will humble everybody as to exactly where they are in the hierarchy of life. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Hey, let's have a dialogue. You know how we do it around here. Don't forget to support the channel. 4 ways you can support that don't cost you a dime. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. All those ways. Like I said, only thing gonna cost you maybe like a couple minutes out your day. And it helps me a whole lot. Helps the channel a whole lot. And I appreciate it a whole lot. If you want to support monetarily, you can do super thanks, super chat, or you can go to the description box. There are some links there you can click on, you know, send help out the channel there too. But hey, however you do it, like I say, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for watching. Continue to watch. If you got, hey, any story ideas or whatever, hit me up on the email. You know what I'm saying? But what is soulinthesoil@gmail.com? That's soulinthesoil@gmail.com. And with that being said, leave me in peace. And I'll see you on the other side.